Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's Chronic Clouds here yet again with another video for the game World of Warships Legends on PS5. And in today's video we're going to be looking at a replay I had in the Tier 7 German cruiser, battle cruiser, Battleship, the Odin. We're actually greeted by Metajerk, which is one of our CCs in the game, and he's actually on our team, so that don't happen too often. But yeah, anyways, let's go ahead and get to the game, and we'll talk from there. One more thing before we start, I'll go ahead and put the commander build up on the screen for you guys that were interested in that. But yeah, let's go ahead and continue forward anyway. As you see, we're on Sea of Fortune, and we are in the Tier 7 Odin. Now, if you look at this right away, you're like, dang, look at all these legendary destroyers in this game. Like, okay, not too bad. But hey, like I said, we got Metajerk on our team and his buddy in the Veneto, and we got legendary in the Missouri and Goose and the Kagero. Like, what can go wrong, right? And right away, me and Legendary decided to split up based on how the map was. He decided to go left over there to help Metajerk and his guys, and I went right with Goose to go into A and try to contest things, and I ended up getting put right in a nice spot for a crossfire. And this is how I play Odin. I usually start off by kiting, playing it like a really big cruiser, trying to spam HE at range for the first quarter of the game, and then I try to push in at the end, and then usually use my AP once I get closer. But as you see, that first salvo right off the rip, 2 fires. Like, you gotta love that. And people talk about the accuracy of the Odin being bad. I mean, it's not terrible. It has its moments. But, I mean, what ship doesn't, you know what I mean? Especially when you're firing at them ranges. But, I mean, it holds its own pretty well. And for the most part, I missed those shells because he hit the island and stopped. As you'll see, these shells going in right now, like, boom, fire. Like, and so we're just kiting away. Like, that's how I do it. I just kite away. Just kiting away. Just trying to burn the Amagi down. Trying to get as much of that progressive damage as I possibly can get. And I want to get a shot on that Odin over there. Because that Odin and that Massachusetts, those 3 ships that are over there fighting Metajerk right now, there's nothing really I can do to help them, but my buddy's over there, so I gotta focus on my side. And out of nowhere, I get shot by the Alabama. Didn't really even realize he was there, or the Kavarovs. Glad I decided to look over there. Should have been paying more attention from the start. And yeah, that's my new focus. Want to get the Kavarovs off the field as quickly as possible because of the torp threat, of course. And I don't want him to get into a gunfight with my buddy Goose and the Kagero, because that is not going to go well for Goose. Everything seems to be playing out good. We've only lost 1 ship at this point, and it was on the other side of the map. So yeah, things not looking too bad at the moment. And I think that guy right there is actually playing on mobile. I believe that's what that gamer tag means anyway. But anyway, back to the game. Alabama. Sad Goofy. We're going to go ahead and try to set him on fire. And we're just going to bow tank him. Why go broadside? We're going to bow tank all day. Boom. Get the fire. Of course we do, right? Why wouldn't we? And now that the cab is up, he has to be our main focus. Like, this should always be your main focus. The DD pops up, forget anybody else on the field. Just like my buddy right there on my team. And Vlad, took him out. Good job, man.
Alabama's ready to be flooded.
So now the torpedo threat over here at least is taken care of. We don't have to worry about that. At least as far as we're concerned at this point. So we're going to try to burn down this tank in Alabama. At this point, like, really, they're honestly, you couldn't even argue of using AP right now with this shit, because at that range, being angled the way that he is, we're going to want to shoot HE. Because you're not going to really be able to penetrate very much. You're going to ricochet more than anything. So we are just going to keep spamming him with HE like we do in this ship. Just stay in that range. Stay in that range. We've moved our way from long range HE spamming and kind of kiting away to kind of getting in that mid-range area. I kept my eyes on the island layout too. Those guys that were over there on my left side, I didn't want them to have a really good shot on me from distance. Like I said, it's not good in the Odin to get hit from distance broadside. So I was trying to use those islands to my left right there to my advantage, and it kind of worked out pretty good. So I nestled myself in a nice little spot. And I'm thinking for some reason right here, I'm like, dude, they're going to send a shell after me. Like, I'm going to get hit, and I'm not going to realize it even happened. But nope, it doesn't happen. Get another fire on the Alabama, and Goose finishes him off with a torpedo. And then, yeah, now we can kind of... we have to go over there and try to help my buddy Legendary. So that's where we start heading right now. We start going on our way to go help Legendary. And, let's see how things fold out from here. So anyway, we get here. We start laying fire down onto the turrets. Of course we get the fire, but I mean, look at Legendary. He's just getting focused out there. That whole flank died, Metajerk, everybody, that whole side died pretty much. And it's just Legendary left, and boom, look, there he goes. He's dead. So at this point, I'm like, dang, I'm heading all the way over here by myself to go try to help my teammate. He ends up dying. Now I'm fixing to be getting focused. Yeah, we want to get out of there. We're trying to HE spam this turret as he's coming towards us. I mean, we ended up getting 2 fires on him at least. But he does put him out as he goes behind the island. And I mean, just look at it, bro. Would you just look at it? Another fire right there on the turret. Like, you can't be mad at that. Turret is a beast of a ship if played correctly. Our teammates smashed the Shimakaze, which freaking clutch. So now we're going to try to burn that turret down. We already got 1 fire on him. And now we're back on our kiting game because we didn't want to get focused. But now we see everybody's kind of starting to rush in towards the map, towards our destroyers and our other battleship teammate that's over there. So I decide, okay, it's time to turn in. Start cutting it back in. And I mean, we're just going to keep long distance, mid-range, AT spamming. Turret already has 1 fire on him. And like you see, I mean, it happens. You know, they turn out of the shells or they have a dispersion, somewhat of a dispersion build. Even just the camo, it kind of throws it off sometimes. So it's going to happen. But I mean, at this point, we've got 10 fires and 73k damage using just HE so far. So I mean, that's pretty dang decent if you ask me. There we go. Goose ends up finishing off the turrets. That's another ship down. We were behind by like 3 ships just a minute ago. So now we're coming back. Oh, there he went. We lost our battleship. And now I want to get rid of that Des Moines. That's my biggest priority right now is getting rid of that Des Moines. Can't get a shot at the destroyer. I'd love to. But that Des Moines is really a big threat towards my destroyer. So I want to try to get him taken care of. Yep. But unfortunately, like, I just can't hit him. Thank God our destroyers send torps out there and they catch him with 1 right there. They don't kill him, but they catch him with 1.
They hit him with 1.
And I think I'm going to get lucky and have him come out and not be paying attention to me and paying attention to the torps. But it doesn't happen. And yeah, he just kind of stays back there. So I shoot fire at the Odin. Set another fire. And that's 11 fires now. And he does put that one out, I believe. Oh, no. Never mind. He doesn't put that out. I don't know why I thought he put that out. But we're going to try and get rid of this Des Moines. If only we could have a really good shot. He's like going right behind that island. And I'm hoping to catch him right here going broadside. But he keeps shimmying and shaking, so it's just not gonna happen. So we keep going for the Bismarck. Why not? Let's go ahead and get somebody off the field. Let's do damage to somebody while we're sitting here with the 18-second reload. I mean, you might as well just shoot your guns when you have them ready to go. So
We have a strong chance of
So we
winning
keep
this one.
doing. And now we're just strictly on our AP. Right here, I thought, man, this is if he'd have just kept going straight out, I could have caught him. But he decides he wants to keep going and turn in and come back towards me. So just overshoot him, and it didn't work. So now we pretty much brought it back even. There's a Bismarck that's pretty much dead. There's a full health Battleship coming out right there. And there's a half health Des Moines. And that half health Des Moines right there looks like it really wants to eat one of those torpedoes that's coming at it. There's just something about him that says he wants to do that. So we're going to finish off the Bismarck if we can. But I think we're going to hit the island with that shot. I tried to get some shotgun spray, if that makes sense, and try to get one around the island, maybe set a fire on its tail end. But as you see, it didn't happen.
Good.
But at this point in the game, with
That's
3 minutes
fine.
left, we have 93k damage.
Helps
So
me.
now we're almost past the 100k mark, and we are pushing strong. And now here's when the Odin shines the most, right at the end of the game, when everybody's low health. You push in with your AP, you start laying down AP,
I
and
can't
you
get
got
around
them
there.
sexy
No.
torpedoes to get closer than battleships with. I really wanted to get a shot at the Friesland, so I have AT loaded, of course. But just as soon as I have a shot on the Friesland over the island, my lovely teammate in the Vladivostok sends shells. Boom. So I don't
Nice.
even shoot my guns. Instead, I shoot them at the Massachusetts. And yeah, we're definitely not in the RNG on that one. No fires. But at this point, we're close enough. We're switching to AP. And we're going to see what we can do. We got this
He's like,
Des Moines that wants to push in, and I'm hoping he pushes out. But he plays it smart. He does the right thing, and he goes ahead and kind of just hangs back behind that island, slows down, doesn't push out full blast. And right here, I want to try to at least try to get a sneaky shot, over there. But the size of the caliber of these guns and the bow of that ship, they're all gonna ricochet every time.
nothing. I
So I
bounced
mean, it
all
just
my
wasn't
shit
gonna
right there.
happen. But luckily for me, that same guy right there in the Vladivostok has 16-inch guns, and you're not bouncing those 16-inch shells to your bow. So yeah, good luck on your high caliber, good job on your high caliber. But unfortunately for you, it's time to go back to port.
Mm-hmm.
Goodbye.
Good
So now we're
job.
down to 2 ships left on the enemy team. Just me and the Vlad. He's low health, but he's done a lot for the team. So I decide, you know what? Torpedo rush time. It's time to get in here. We had that guy over there, I
Right.
believe. Yeah, I believe in that. I don't know what ship it was. I can't remember. I believe it was a Tirpitz, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, he's like almost one shot. The mass is now down to half health.
I can't right
And
now.
our
It's
Vlad
good.
is getting very close. I think he wanted to go for the rhyme there. But unfortunately for him, he's not going to make it. We get two 10K salvos off on our Massachusetts right there. And the Bismarck, that's low health, ends up finishing off our Vladivostok, unfortunately. And we get into torp range. He fires his guns. Okay, we're going to take some damage. We didn't die. Get one salvo off. And then the torps are on their way. And goodbye, Mr. Massachusetts. That's a GG, buddy. And that's pretty much the end of the game, guys. We try to push around the island over here to get to the Bismarck. We end up
Mm-hmm.
falling just short of it. But we
Somebody's
do
got to
get the
respond there.
victory in the end of the game. So I'd call that a
Come on,
very,
come on, come
very
on.
nice
Somebody spot
comeback,
him.
if I
Just let
do
it get
say so
spotted. One time, please.
myself.
Oh, I
And
can't
let's go
see
look
him.
at the
Fuck.
scorecards.
Shoot AG like a cruiser all day.
And we ended up finishing it with
11
147,000
fires.
damage. One
100
kill. We
damage.
did get high caliber. And our base XP was 2004, and we ended up finishing second on our team behind our Shimakaze, and we ended up getting the victory and pulling it back from behind. I'd say that's a pretty successful one myself. We only made 140k silver, which ain't the greatest, but hey, it is what it is. But until the next video, guys, we'll see y'all later.